Like from carkeys.com. We're currently working on a 2008 Pontiac G8. It has the Bosch style ECU, which is an E77, aka the Bosch m9.6.1, and we're going to use the OBDSTAR DC706, and we're going to clone the computer. This is their original computer, and this is the junkyard one that they have that they want me to clone the information to. The part numbers are not exact, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. If it does start up and run and has some issues, they're going to have to find that correct part number. But I've done them before, not this particular model, but I've done other ones where the part numbers weren't exact, but it did work. And for this connection, you are going to need the MP001 adapter with the P003 harness. We have it hooked up, and then inside the OBDSTAR DC706, there are two pinouts, and this is the second pinout that we are using. It's the same setup like when I do the E69s for the GM Bosch ECUs. I'm just waiting to see if I can actually get some connection to this computer, and once we are able to connect, if we are, I'll go ahead and back up the EEPROM and flash and then program them into the used unit. Alright, so we got all our connections done. So from the main screen, we are going to go into ECM. Alright, hit enter. We do have our Wi-Fi on. It's very important. You have to have Wi-Fi connection. Alright, so we're going to go into brand, and we'll just scroll up to Pontiac. Now, you probably could have did GM or Chevy or anything, but we're going to do the ME 9.6.1, and then we can go ahead and start that. Alright, so it's going to tell us we need our MP001, and we need the P003 harness. Alright, so that's what we got. We got the MP001, P003 harness, and our connections, and it just gives us a warning about we have to be on internet. Alright, so now what we want to do is we want to connect. Go ahead and hit OK, and then it takes a couple of minutes to go through and read some security protocols and get your connection started. And then once it's done connecting, it will say, see where it says security verification, that's what it's doing online. Now it's right in bootloader, and then once it hits 100, we should be able to start reading the EEPROM in the flash. And then we got the little flashing car right here, which lets us know that it's communicating, it's talking. Alright, so we are connected. All our operations are now live. I'm going to go ahead and read external EEPROM. Alright, so I'm going to save this. Alright. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and read the internal flash. Now the flash could take, probably up to 10 minutes to read. So I'll cut the video and then I'll come back in when once we're done. Alright, we're getting down to the last little bit. Alright, and we're going to go ahead. I'm just going to modify this name real quick, just in case I ever have to double back to this file. Alright, so now we have EEPROM and our flash backed up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and switch the connections over to our junkyard replacement, and we will flash the flash file in, and it will only change whatever data is different, and then we'll go ahead and write the EEPROM, and it will just write right over, and we should be able to just plug this in, use the same keys, no additional programming, and it should start right up. Now, I didn't ask them what the original problem was, so I'm not sure what's going on. It may start, it may not start, but in an ideal situation, we should be able to just plug the computer in and start right up. Alright, so I got the connection set up on the replacement ECU, and we are connecting. I already did the security verification. It's just detecting the chip, and then once that's done, we're gonna load our saved flash file. Let it write the flash file. Like I said, it'll only write the parts that are different, and then the EEPROM will write in seconds. All right. So so this is our flash file right here. We're gonna hit OK. Do we want to verify the data? No, I'm not gonna verify it. Alright, so see, it just skipped 1, 2, and 3. Now it's skipping 6, 7, 8, 9. It's writing 10, and then it'll go through that. There's 46 different addresses in the flash file, but it'll skip over the ones that it doesn't need to write because the data's the same. Alright, so I'm just going to cut this out and let it do what it needs to do, and then we'll come back and write the EEPROM and be done. Alright, so we just finished that flash file. It took about 10 minutes to go through the whole thing, and the EEPROM, we're going to go ahead and load the file. It should just write pretty quickly, maybe 5-6 seconds. Alright, so communicating to write the EEPROM, and it's done. Alright, so we can go ahead and disconnect that, and then we can just plug in, and hopefully this starts right up. Alright, and that one was successful. I was able to plug the computer in and attempt to start it. There was some issues with the starter where it was grinding the flywheel, but like I said, it did recognize the keys and we were able to turn over, so we know the flash did go through. And yeah, we're gonna chuck that up. Thanks for watching. LakelandCarKeys.com.